Europeans don't like war. In fact, since the end of World War II, they've only fought in one war, a small one in Yugoslavia. Why is that? Well, in today's video we're going to find out why Europe no longer wages war. The first reason is obviously the devastation of World War II. Europeans went through hell during the war. It's estimated that around 40 to 85 million people died in Europe during World War II, which was around a quarter of the entire European population. What makes this figure even more shocking is that this was around 5 times the number of casualties the rest of the world suffered during the war. So it's not really surprising that Europeans have a strong aversion to war. They've seen firsthand the horrors of war, and they don't want to repeat that. But there is another reason why Europeans do unlike war, and that is because the EU has a peace industry. Since the end of the Cold War, the EU has been the biggest contributor to peacekeeping missions around the world. In fact, at the time of making this video, the EU is involved in 13 different peacekeeping missions, with a total of over 6,500 troops deployed. This is more than any other country or region. And the EU has a long history of sending out peacekeepers. For example, after the war in Bosnia ended, the EU sent peacekeepers there to help keep the peace. And the EU has also sent peacekeepers to places like Kosovo, Afghanistan, and many other countries. This means that many Europeans have actually experienced living in a war zone, and they've seen firsthand the importance of peacekeeping. They've also seen the benefits of peace, so they're even more determined to prevent conflicts from happening in the first place. To achieve this goal, the EU has a number of different strategies. One is to promote dialogue and reconciliation between conflicting parties. The EU has a long history of sending mediators to places where there is a conflict to try and help the two sides reach a peaceful resolution. Another strategy the EU uses is economic sanctions. If the EU believes that a country is preparing for war, they may impose economic sanctions in an attempt to change the country's behavior. Finally, the EU also works to strengthen international law and institutions. The EU believes that one of the best ways to prevent war is to create a system of international law and institutions that can help resolve conflicts peacefully. Overall, the EU has been very successful in preventing wars in Europe. There has not been a major war in Europe since World War II, which is a testament to the EU's commitment to peace. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you want to watch more of my videos, click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.